Game Chat with Bwana, episode 66, coming at you right about yesterday.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, making his return to Game Chat after a catastrophic PC power supply failure.
What the heck?
Please welcome Mr. Bwana McCall.
This is Game Chat with Bwana. Game Chat with Bwana, episode 66, coming at you live. We're here at live.bwana.tv, twitch.tv/Bwana. We are back again after a pretty long hiatus because my computer blew up. Just spontaneously combusted and everything. Blew up, parts flew everywhere, hit me in the eye. Had to go to the doctor to get stitches. I'm fine now, though. This is Game Chat with Bwana, episode 66. I want to take the time out right now to thank my community. You guys rallied so hard. You were addicted to Game Chat with Bwana that you threw your pennies and nickels and dollars and dollarists and pounds and zeros at me. And you helped accelerate this PC rebuild process because I had to rebuild this computer. It was did. But we have built a beastly machine. We can do 1080p streams now. I'm streaming at 1080p right now, 60 frames per second. Sparkling high def Game Chat with Bwana-ness. And all kinds of emotes and doggy treats flying everywhere. This is Game Chat with Bwana. What we do here at Game Chat with Bwana is that we talk about the last 7 days. The last 7 days of gaming news here at Game Chat with Bwana. We try to find the best on the internet. We go to various sites, our favorite sites, our bookmark sites. Sometimes we go to these little aggregators. And we try to find the best stories possible. But we don't always find them. We try. I try. I should say I try. And you guys, you say, Bwana, you tried, but I got something better for you. You go to Bwana.tv/forums and you sign up there, and you guys post stories to the link that I provide. You will post stories to augment the stories that I have already submitted to the links. Now, we're going with a little bit of a abbreviated show. We used to do like 8 to 12 stories, and then we had like user-submitted stories in the 18,000s. And the shows were going like an hour and a half, 2 hours, which was a little long for YouTubers. YouTubers don't like long videos, so we're trying to go a little bit abbreviated. And I'm picking the best. I like to have a pool of like 20 stories, and I go, maybe, and I cross them off, and then I get like, I'm trying to go with 6 maximum. So if the show seems a little bit short to you, that will be why. We do this every Monday night, guys, at 6 p.m. Eastern. Come over to our stream. We don't have a lot of viewers here lately. I'm kind of sad, man. I was sitting on my rocking chair on my back porch talking to my fictitious dog. I said, fictitious dog, why don't nobody come and watch me play video games? And he said, and I said to fictitious dog, fictitious dog, you know I can't understand you, so why are you talking like that? And he goes, no, I'm sorry. You wanted me to speak English. You don't have any viewers because you suck. And then I proceeded to take the dog to the shelter so that someone else could give him a happy home. This is Game Chat Board, episode 66, coming at you live. Come on, y'all, let's do this show. That's the wrong music. Go. That's not the right music. Go. That's not it. That's it. Touchdown.
Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Nailed it. Totally nailed it. I don't care what y'all say. And for our first story, we're going to talk about Sony. We're going to talk about Sony and crisp, clear, high definition 1080 70,000p with all kinds of H's and QRS's in them. Sony has announced a brand new initiative that I'm kind of excited about. Something that you wouldn't think a company would do because it would cost them a lot of money. This particular initiative is called cross-buy. And if those of you who don't know, Sony also has, on top of the PlayStation 3, they have a mobile platform called the PlayStation Vita. This thing was released a few months ago. It's not selling as well as I think Sony would have hoped. So they're announcing a new initiative for those of us who already have PlayStation 3s. This is clearly aimed at current PlayStation owners. Cross-buy for certain select titles, and they've got a couple already that have supported this. Let me explain what it is. You buy the title once, and you have access to it on both platforms. You can play it on the PlayStation 3. You can also play it on the PlayStation Vita. And you don't have to buy it once. Sounds too good to be true. I know. It sounds very, very good, especially from a cost perspective, and the company's trying to make money. Sony's in the red, man. So when they announced this, I was a little bit skeptical. I'm like, what's the catch? You guys are like, you losing $1 billion. And then I found the catch. They don't have a lot of titles yet. So the titles that they're going to have, there's a couple of PSN titles, MotorStorm RC and Sound Shapes, but they're going to be adding the new and upcoming Smash Brothers clone called PlayStation All-Stars, Ratchet & Clank Q-Force, and Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. And they're going to be pushing this initiative, and they're going to be contacting a lot of third-party developers. And I don't foresee a lot of third-party developers doing this unless Sony greases their palms a lot. And by greases their palms, I mean they drop hundreds of thousands of euros in their pocket, and dollars and yen and rupees and such. All kinds of monies will have to change hands, I think, for this to actually be big. But it's an incentive to buy the Vita, especially if you're going to buy one of these titles already. If you're going to get PlayStation All-Stars, if you're going to get Ratchet & Clank Q-Force or Sly Cooper, and you want to play on the go as well, you might be interested in investing in the PlayStation Vita. Now, I haven't bought one of these yet. I'm very close. I saw Assassin's Creed, the stuff at E3, and I was like, man, for the first time, I want a Vita. And then I see stuff like this, and it already has Uncharted. So they're adding more and more incentives for me, who was somebody who was not interested at all, because I don't do hardly any mobile gaming except for on my phone, which I don't hardly do that anymore. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but this is one of those check marks. You talk to people who's like, would you get a Vita? And they were like, no, because it doesn't do this and doesn't do that. Why should I get a Vita? Here's a bullet point that you can add to that discussion and say, well, Sony does have this thing called cross-buy, which allows you to blah, 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 blah. This is an incentive to buy. So we can only hope that Sony gets more and more third-party developers on board for cross-buy. Check it out, guys. This is over on escapistmagazine.com. They got the details over there. And for a story, for our next story, we're going to talk about ZombiU. ZombiU. And this is coming hot on the heels of the Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition for PC. This article, which is very well timed. ZombiU was probably one of the most impressive titles that I saw for the Wii U at E3. And a lot of people agree with me. Nothing like a hot cup of Joe when you're talking about ZombiU. ZombiU, it had they're using the PlayStation gamepad. I'm not the PlayStation. They're using the Wii U gamepad. It's that big giant controller with the big screen, and it had some pretty creative ways of using it. And you guys may remember my E3 wrap-up when I talked about Nintendo and Ubisoft, how that was one of the things that had the lasting impression. That thing really stuck with me. I'm like, man, ZombiU actually looked like a good game. Even though I'm so sick of zombie games, I just can't take any more zombie games. I was impressed by the innovation that they put behind the controller. So, as more and more people play this game, we're hearing more about it in terms of what's involved and what's going on with it. And the thing that I'm hearing lately is that the game is very difficult. In essence, you have to finish it on one life. If you die, that's it. That's what I read. And let's see. For example, when you finish Go, you can unlock a new game mode called Survival Mode. You have to finish the game with only one life and only one character. And this is optional mode. That sounds very intriguing. It's like challenge. You something rises up. Sometimes we play video games. We get bored with them. And then all of a sudden something pops up and says, oh, you think you got it, huh? You think you all that? Well, why don't you play this game like this? And you go, well, I'm not a chicken. I'm not, and then your chest gets big. And you go, I shall play said game, and I shall finish it with the parameters that you have provided before me, and you will be sitting there sulking when I conquer it. This is one of those moments where it's a challenge to beat this, and they're comparing it in this article to Dark Souls, which I kind of agree with, because Dark Souls is like masochistic hard. It's like, I hate myself. I hate myself. Let's go play a game where I will die repeatedly because I hate myself so much. Dark Souls, die. Oh, it feels so good. Die. Oh, yes, the pain is die. Oh, yes, that's so wonderful. I just love that. Die. Oh, yes. Dark Souls keep killing me. It's for those masochistic people. So, I don't know, man. ZombiU's looking good, sounding better and better each day. We got to see how many other titles are going to be coming out for the Wii U at launch to see how this would, how big of a deal this game is going to be. Because this might be one of those titles that sells the system. Might be a franchise. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, this is pretty much all people are talking about with the Wii U. Nobody's talking about, what is it, Wii U Land? Nobody cares about that. It's like Nintendo Mickey Mouse. Zelda's like 16 years off, so we're not even thinking about that. The Mario game, meh. Nah. Check it out, guys. This is over. What site is this? This is over on NowGamer.com. They got the details of it. You can check it out. ZombiU, very hard, includes Dark Souls style player hints.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay. Let's talk about DayZ. Oh, Tech Different, you watching, you know what I'm talking. Let's talk about DayZ. DayZ. This is a very, very lengthy article. If you're into this popular shooter, you will probably want to read this because this is probably the most giantest, hugest dump of information you'll get from their developer, Rocket. And this is over on rockpapershotgun.com. And they're talking about DayZ's future. And it's one of those moments where something like this is needed. Because if you don't know, DayZ, the developers behind it recently announced that they're going to be producing a standalone title. And this title is also going to cost money. So naturally, those of us who already purchased DayZ, have already, put some money into it. So you're immediately going to be thinking, well, why should I buy this one? What's the future of the current mod going to be? What's the incentive behind getting this new one? And as this guy riding his dog is thinking, it's DayZ. I can ride a dog. See that giant? That dog, this is a giant dog. Only in DayZ can you have a giant dog. Blink, blink, blink. But there's a lot of information here. I'm not going to go over all of it. Some of the things that stood out to me. The very first thing was the future of the mod, the current mod, the DayZ mod for Arma 2. And one thing that he said in here, which was very, very good, is that he's going to release the mod as an open mod. And I got to find the quote here. He's going to release the mod as an open mod so that other people can maintain it and even run their own servers. Here it is. Here's the question. So with the standalone eventually taking its own course, what's the future for the mod? He says, I think the mod will just continue for a very long time. What we're going to do with the DayZ mod is open it up. People are going to be able to run their own live server, their own private server. They can run a server just for 4 of them, that sort of thing. And so that will, I think, foster real creativity within the mod. And I think the creativity will feed the standalone game. The standalone will have limited on customization, blah, 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 blah. But those of you concerned about the mod is going to go on. And by him making it open, I think that's going to be a good thing. It's not going to be completely stale. I think someone will take it up. And I think it will probably have a lot more new cool things. So that was one of the things that was in here. The other thing is he was talking about in the standalone. They were talking about some of the features that may be coming in the standalone. One of the things was the ability to have an instance building area, like an area where you can construct like a stronghold or some sort of a bunker. I guess you could think of it as a huge tent. I don't know, but it's going to be instance area, so I don't think it's going to be available for everybody. So it's kind of going to be like a stash, per se. You can think of Diablo terms, kind of a stash. I don't have the exact quote up right here, but it's going to be interesting. So DayZ is going to have a pretty nice future, and he says in here that the standalone version may be coming, this year. That's the standard quote that he's been saying, and it's I don't know if I'm going to buy the standalone right away because I got 2 accounts on DayZ. Haven't been playing it as much as I could have been, mainly because of too many games. Mainly because of too many games. Every day, every week, there's something new and exciting to play other than DayZ. So I can't give it my full attention like I want to. But this giant dog might entice me to buy the standalone version. Check it out, guys, over on Rock, Paper, Shotgun. They got the details about DayZ, this giant dog, and standalone, and all kinds of good information. Now, while we're on the topic of awesome and cool things, let's talk about this new Team Fortress 2 game mode. This new Team Fortress 2 game mode called Man vs. Machine. This new Team Fortress 2 mode called Man vs. Machine is live, maggots. That's right. This is the new co-op mode for Team Fortress 2 called Man vs. Machine. And it pits you and some other players against an ongoing wave of robots. And you have to destroy these said robots before they destroy the Manco base, whatever map you're on. It's a very, very zombie, like war, Black Ops zombie mode type, tower defense, maybe horde mode type mode for TF2. So it's not exactly completely fresh and new, but I think it's a good mode for the game because it injects new life. Previous players who may have left the game for another title are enticed to come back and give Valve some more money for hats and more hats. I don't know, man. It's really fun. And as with just about every game that has this type of mode, when you get a bunch of friends together and you try to coordinate and kill a horde of whatever's coming in, it's almost always fun. And they've added the incentive of all types of upgrades you can get to your character. So things that your TF2 character couldn't do before, they could do in this mode. Like run really fast and have insane reload speed and health regen up the wazoo. And these new canteen items. And as with every TF2 update, there's a lot of new items that are going to be present. So check out the website. Go to teamfortress.com. Lots of different sites are running this. Lots of servers. I've updated hats.bwana.tv to be running this mode, so you can connect there. Now, a lot of good things, but with Valve, there's also bad. They have a mode where you can actually purchase tickets and enter into what they call this Tour of Duty or Man mode. Man Up mode, I believe it's called. And, it's an optional thing. You don't even have to do it at all. I had qualms about the mode in the beginning, but, those are long gone. I'm not even going to focus on that. The point that I'm going to make right now is that the queue times, because you have to get on an official Valve server to play this new Man Up mode, and you get special prizes with it, so everybody wants to do it. The queue times are ridiculous. Let's just say the queue times are now our times. LMNOPQRS. Even. massive queue times, guys. And I have yet to play one of these modes. I even have a ticket. Can't even use it. I paid money to get a ticket to go in man up mode. Can't even use it because the queue times are ridiculous. Man, there's too many games. I ain't got time to sit there an hour. I gotta go play something else. I gotta play Firefall. I gotta play Path of Exile. I gotta play TF2. Wait a minute. I'm already playing TF2. I gotta go play something else, man. Gotta play Black Ops. Troll face. I gotta play other games, man. And, you know, that queue time is just ridiculous. That's the biggest problem I see. Other than the launch bugs that they had, the queue times is the biggest remaining issue with this. So if you do get this update and you try to jump in the queue to do the man up mode with the party, you're going to be waiting forever. Now, you can also go play anytime you want. Just go to server browser, look for unofficial servers. You can't play man up mode, but you can play the normal modes and get a lot of cool stuff that way. But yeah, man, those queue times, those R times are ridiculous. Check it out, guys. This is over on TeamFortress.com. They got the details about the new man versus machine mode, which is live. Maggots.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Wait a minute. What do I got to turn off?
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Oh, my ad blocking stuff. Thank you. So, let's talk about Blizzard. Blizzard is in please come back and play our game mode. Apparently a lot of players are leaving Diablo 3 because they have reached a point where they don't want to do anything else. There's nothing keeping them into the game. There's no incentive to keep playing. You play any other Diablo games, you know, it was a very similar setup, except that, you know, there was a lot more to do in terms of other aspects of the game, like ladder systems, and, you know, you had a really high level cap. So those will keep players going after they've reached the max level, or the max content. And of course, with any action RPG, there's the item grind. You want to get better items, which is the core of the series. So, Blizzard is in this please come back to our game mode. And this new patch that's coming out very soon is rumored to be coming tomorrow. Patch 1.04 is going to be the biggest patch since the game has been released. They're revamping a whole lot of things. The legendary items are being revamped. Just about every class has got a lot of changes. The wizard, the demon hunter, the barbarian, the witch doctor, all of them. I probably didn't name all of them, but all of them are getting major changes. There's a lot of other changes to the auction house that are going to be made. And today, this particular post focuses on the latest change. And they save, apparently, the best for last. This is from Jay Wilson. And he's calling it the Paragon system. The Paragon system. And no, it's not Mass Effect. No, it's not World of Warcraft. It is Diablo. The Paragon system is essentially prestige levels. You COD boys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's prestige levels without the resetting of all your stuff. So in essence, you will be grinding through levels after you've hit level 60. So this is an incentive for you to keep playing after level 60. And there's going to be a lot of different Paragon levels. Let's scroll down to the graphic which shows them all. Up to level 100 Paragon, which according to Jay Wilson, is going to take about as much time as Diablo 2's level 99, which was ridiculous, an insane amount of time to do that. So don't count on reaching max Paragon level this month or next month or next. You remember when they threw out that bluff that, hey, nobody's going to finish Inferno, and then everybody did? If this XP grind is the same as Diablo 2, don't expect to hit max level this year. It's going to be 2014 probably before you hit max level. And I'm talking about legit. I ain't talking about bots. Cheaters. They're also going to be updating Magic Find. So that as you get Paragon levels, you know, they apparently heard the outcry of the users say, well, we're tired of switching out our gear for Magic Find gear. Every Paragon level is going to give you more and more Magic Finds, so you will have less dependency on your Magic Find gear. So here's how it works. After level 60, any further experience you earn from killing monsters will count towards Paragon levels. There's 100 Paragon levels. Every Paragon level will reward you with core stats, strength, so you're going to be getting stronger, strength, dexterity, intelligence, vitality. You're going to be getting 3% Magic Find, 3% Gold Find, and you're going to get an impressive border that will surround your character and your character portrait in the in-game party frame to denote your Paragon progress. So you're going to get some swag. So yeah, this is one of the many things that Blizzard is doing to try to get you to come back. Now, is it enough? Is it enough for you? I can tell you about me. It might be enough for me to reinstall the game and just try it out and see how it plays. But I say might because in the back of my head, all I can hear is auction house, auction house, auction house, which is the common denominator of why Diablo 3 is in trouble. The auction house takes the itemization system and just destroys it. Given that people can buy with real money anything, you know, a lot of players are driven by competition with other players to grind. When Diablo 2 was out, it was all about the ladder. You want to be top of the ladder. If people could just buy their way to the best stuff, it's like there's no competition. There's no incentive to compete. So in essence, you'll be competing with yourself. So if you're not self-motivated, you're probably not going to want to do this. And the game is being made easier. Lots of other patch changes are coming to make the monsters even easier to kill. So as you're getting stronger, the monsters are getting weaker. And I can't help, I don't know how that's going to be fun. Well, if a game is really easy, it becomes boring really fast. Now, I'm on the borderline of becoming a Path of Exile fanboy. I'm being very careful not to cross that threshold. Because Path of Exile introduced their in-game system called maps, which are these randomly generated maps, which are essentially high-level maps, with different affixes, with different mobs, with randomly generated areas that you can find as an item, and you can customize them. You know, and it gives you an incentive to find more maps and to get better loot. No auction house involved. So that to me is a more, I would want to invest my time in something more like that instead of a system where somebody can just buy something and be instantly better than you. So these changes, while they're going in the right direction, and I saw a joke today and I agreed with it that the game is finally coming out of beta. They finally finished it. So the game's been in beta all this time, and they finally finished it. Sans PvP. And I agree with that. They finally finished it. Now the game is in place, except for PvP. But that auction house, man, it's the common denominator. It's the thing that's just gonna make all these changes hit a dead end. They're gonna hit a point that's just gonna be like, why should I even play this game? I spent 400 hours getting these items, and this guy over here spent $250, and he got them day 2. You know, the competition needs to be there. Check it out, guys. This is over on Blizzard's site. You know, tell me what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is this patch enough to save you if you play this game? Is it enough to inject new life in the game? Are you enticed to buy it now if you didn't buy it before? It's a fun game. I'm not going to knock Diablo. Diablo is a really, really fun game. And I got more than $60 of playtime out of it. I'm not going to knock that. But it has an endpoint. And that's kind of sad because Diablo 2 really felt like it didn't have an endpoint because you were just leveling. And, you know, there was a ladder system and just there was a lot of competition. Whereas this, you hit a point just like, why bother playing? Because of the auction house. Check it out, guys. Blizzard has the details over there. And for our final story, we are going to talk about OnLive. Oh my goodness, OnLive. This story has been changing like by the minute. Oh, by the minute. First, we heard that OnLive was going bankrupt. And then we heard that they were firing everybody. And the latest is that they've reformed the company under the same name and hired almost everybody back from one of the investors. So it's kind of confusing what's actually happening. Is the company dead or alive? It just seems like it's transitioning to the same thing. If that's possible. How can a company go from OnLive to OnLive? So I don't know what to say about this, guys. Every time I read this, it was something different. It started out that OnLive was going bankrupt. That was going to be my story for today. I was like, okay, OnLive's going bankrupt. Pretty much everybody got fired. I was going to say, I feel sorry for all of the people who sank money into OnLive, who paid the subscription, blah, 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 have a lot of money invested. And then, update came out. Oh, one of the former investors has reacquired the company and is renaming it to OnLive. He's going to keep the same name. I read all this. I'm like, is this all legal? This sounds like some kind of a giant loophole that some villain on Burn Notice is doing down in Miami South Beach. Some kind of a shell company shenanigans, shadoogans. I don't know. It just all sounds so weird, the way things are going out. So I'm confused. I wanted to talk about this. I'm bringing it up to give you guys the latest. Here's the latest paragraph. Online tells us that the original company had about 200 employees, including temps, when the ABC process began last week. That's the bankruptcy. And almost half had offers in hand at full salary when we made the transition. The rep also said that OnLive expect to give more offers out this week, and that's just a matter of processing the transition. So it's the same, what I read, it's the same investor. Why was this process even done in the beginning? I don't understand. I don't understand why. It's like the company said, oh, we're going to go bankrupt. Nope, wait a minute. I'll buy the company. That's okay. Don't go bankrupt. It was like, man, we already put the papers in. Okay, well, I'll just buy the company back and we'll call it the same name. Done. I'll see you guys next week. I guess that's what happened. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I need some insight. You guys post in the comments on YouTube everywhere. Let me know what's actually going on, because I have no idea. No idea. Oh, man. So you guys can check it out over on joystick.com. We got details over there. That includes all of our stories that we have. We're going to move on to our user submitted stories that you guys submitted over at Bwana.tv/forums.
Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Have the Bwana.tv/forums sign up for our forums. We talk about stuff and stuff. Let's talk about our first stories. Kados, Plants and Zombies 2. Finally. Yes. Plants and Zombies 2 finally announced. Did they mention anything in here about features or anything? Let's see. First half of 2013. And late spring also mentioned. Okay. So it's just a release date. Include new features, settings, and situations. Very, very addictive tower defense-like game with sunflowers and zombies and corn. Never played Plant vs. Zombies? Don't, because you won't do anything else. Thanks for the story, Katos. Prey 2 removed from Bethesda website. Prey 2 removed from Bethesda's website. Prey 2 is no... I think we did talk about this. I think this site is just late. This is IGN. I don't know. We talked about the development being halted on Prey 2. I do remember that. But I guess this site is updating us to let us know that it's removed from the website. And they got some official quotes here. Yeah, since we already announced it wasn't coming out this year, and that's what we talked about. And we don't have anything new to say in the game this time. We simply don't think it's appropriate to include it on the new site launch. We choose instead to focus on upcoming. So, yeah, we talked about that it wasn't coming out this year, and they're removing it from the website now. Yeah. So, Prey 2, I hope you guys weren't looking forward to that, because that game is looking like it's on shaky ground. I don't think it's ever going to come out. I don't think that's ever going to come out. Thanks for the story, Katos. Excuse me. Next started Walking Dead FPS coming out. And this is probably the Activision. Is the Walking Dead FPS convincing? And this is, oh, I didn't talk about Gamescom. Gamescom had a ton of news. Ton of stuff happened at Gamescom. Lots of trailers, lots of new titles released and stuff. It was, I don't want to focus on too much of that for this show, but there was a lot of Gamescom news. Let's see. There was a presentation at Gamescom, and there was a gameplay video. And Gamble raises some interesting concepts the team is working on. I can't play the trailer, unfortunately. Sadly, I can't play the trailer. It says, if you... Stop that! Stop it! It says, if you watch the show and play the game, you'll get a much deeper, broader sense of his character. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to have to watch the videos later. I haven't seen the Gamescom videos. Apparently, they're not going to have co-op. They're not going to have co-op in this. But Walking Dead, first-person shooter. So those of you who were kind of tired of point-and-click game that's now out right now, you may want a more action-packed game for the franchise. Because I know a lot of fans of the series. TV show, comic books, and everything. Pretty good lore over on IGN. Thanks for that story, Endless. Next story from Fish Twit. That game chat with Bwana Mike. Yes, I'm about to get me one of them. EA is putting a lot of resources towards preventing another FIFA hack season. FIFA. Whoa. Look at all those game consumables. Premium gold. Electronic Arts has made over $39 million in 3 months of FIFA 12's Ultimate Team DLC. A 69% increase from the same period the year before. But it also created a lot of headaches for consumers and us for what we have come to know as the FIFA hack. There's a lot of sophisticated hacking happening in the gaming industry, and it's a continuous battle. So apparently these weren't legitimate purchases. I wonder how the shareholders are going to feel about that when you make some updated earnings statements, huh? Wow. So I'm not sure what exactly got hacked. They're saying that they're having a everlasting ongoing battle with hackers, but I'm not sure what actually got hacked here. That's a lot of DLC though. You guys like your FIFA. I gotta say, FIFA's been a popular title. I thought Madden was one of those games that people just always buy no matter what, but FIFA's another one, man. They don't have to change anything. People buy FIFA. Thanks for that, Fish Twit. Black Ops 2 info blowout. Multiplayer map details. Emblem editor. Domination changes. Now, you guys may remember me. Let me confess. I said, I'm officially done with Call of Duty. Call of Duty is dead to me. I don't ever want to see another Call of Duty game again. This franchise is just garbage. Why? Why did they even bother releasing a new Call of Duty? So, I've kind of changed my tune a little bit because I saw the Black Ops 2 stuff, and for the first time since Modern Warfare 2, it looks different. Remember how Modern Warfare 3 looked exactly like Modern Warfare 2? and Black Ops looked exactly like COD 4. This is one of the first ones that actually, from a first impression standpoint, looks different. Even though it's the same run and gun, shoot people in the face, call in airstrike stuff. I was like, wow, it actually looked like they worked on it this time. And I was not, totally put off by Black Ops because I thought Black Ops was decent. Just the guns were terrible. They never fixed the guns. They were just bad. And that was my only problem with it. So if they can fix the guns, that's what I've been telling everybody. If they can fix the guns, I'm probably going to get this. And I haven't said that about a COD title since Black Ops. I was all over the first Black Ops because it had dedicated servers. So there's a lot of information in this post. Let's see what Fishwit posted here. The multiplayer is going to have built-in spectating and a broadcasting system. Recently, over the weekend, Gamescom, they had a live stream on Twitch where they were showcasing some exhibition matches. And they've built in a lot of esports features into Black Ops 2. A lot of esports. There's some great shoutcasting features where you can highlight players. You can show the mini-map from a top-down view. Talk about, different strategies and things like that. And also a spectating system. I don't know if they're going to have a spectator client or is it going to stream to Twitch. We don't know. I don't know the fine details of that, but it is going to have some kind of a streaming feature. So that looks really good. That looks really good. On top of all the newness of the game and, the new premise in the future and stuff like that. Scavenger is going to make a return, blah, 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 blah. Public matches. Let's see. Pictures of the new maps were played at Gamescom. Aftermath, Cargo, Turban, and Yemen. And this is what they look like. I know you probably can't make your heads or tails of that. But that's what they look like. But Black Ops 2, like I said, man, this is one of those games. It's, I was like, I didn't even look at I think the first thing that enticed me was the multiplayer trailer. When the multiplayer trailer hit, I was like, oh, maybe I will look at this some more. Because I just totally wrote it off. I didn't even look at anything before that. But it's looking pretty good. Pretty good. All right, guys. Thanks for that, Fish Twit. For the story. Next up, Christian Nomel. Fallout 4 set in Boston. Fallout 4. I'm going to have to speed up a little bit. Getting a little late. Fallout 4 set in Boston. The rumors are true. Fallout 4 will take place in Boston. In case you haven't heard, Bethesda has recently been scoping out and researching Boston. They also have a strong connection to MIT. Naturally. I may not be an MIT employee. That's really all I can say for fear of losing my job. Telling you that it will take place in Boston. Whether you believe me or not, how do you feel about the Fallout in Boston? So this quote says the rumors are true, but it's still a rumor because Bethesda hasn't confirmed it. It may just be one map in Boston. Have you ever thought about that? Thought about that, Mr. Smart Guy? Mr. Rumors Are True Guy? Have you ever thought about that? Huh? You ever thought about that? Maybe they just got one little Boston map. Maybe it's a Boston arena. Maybe it's just the Boston Celtics, the zombies that you have to kill in Fallout 4. You ever thought about that? Huh? Yeah. Thanks for the story, Chris. No, man. Next story. Blizzard schedules wild patch for Guild Wars 2 launch date. Them cats. Blizzard has slapped Arena in the face with a velvet glove and demanded satisfaction. Fisticuffs at dawn. Okay. So, the pre-expansion, 5.04 pre-expansion for MOP, Mr. Pandaria, Pandas, it's a panda dude, has been scheduled for August 28th, which is the same day as Guild Wars 2. No, I don't know if this is fisticuffs because the people who care, really care about Guild Wars 2, they're going to be playing on the 25th. If they wanted to really do fisticuffs, they would have did it on the 25th. Yeah, that would have been fisticuffs. That would have been like, I challenge you to fisticuffs. Bring it, sir. That would have been fisticuffs. Yeah. Thanks for the story. I don't think that's 50 kills. It's still around the same time, but okay. Emmerdale, Gamescom, Sword Tour will sell statted gear, debating new planet monetization. And, yeah, this is probably related to the story that Sword Tour is going free to play. I don't know if I talked about that here. I think I was offline, but Sword Tour is going free to play later this year. Give the story where you explain. Make the casual player understand that what it is. Don't try to monetize that. Monetize all the things around that. So they don't want to monetize the story. I don't want to unbalance the game by putting things out in the store that somebody can walk in day one and buy and be the winner. Everybody says that. I've said this before. Every single free-to-play developer comes out and says, we are not going to be paid to win. Every single one of them. And then 89 to 38,000% of them do it anyway. Liars! But yeah, they're not going to go to free pay to win is what they're saying here, or pay to watch the story, because I think that's why a lot of players are going to get into the free to play Sword Tour just to take part in the story. He nibbed around the topic of the planet Makeb, which is still under construction. More story, more systems. He hoped players will be pleased with the final result. Okay. He cannot confirm nor deny the update will expand the level cap, nor will he go into detail whether BioWare is going to attempt to sell this to subscribers. Okay. So little details are trickling in for Sword Tour free to play. Thanks for the story, Dale. Next story from Rocks. EA to stop selling real Medal of Honor weapons. What? They were selling these? Oh, this is for a charity, but... Hope they were checking ages. Buy a real tomahawk. Yeah, apparently this was going to charity, selling real weapons. And they've halted it, I guess, due to all the backlash. Good call, good call. All right. Mr. Pandaria launched to unlock all races for all players. So you don't need the expansion to play as a panda dude. Good. Thanks for the story, Rocks. I gotta speed up, guys. I'm sorry. New Grand Theft Auto 5 screenshots featuring transport. Let's take a look at these real quick. What's this? This is a jet. Oh man, people gonna be flying jets like they do in Just Cause. What's this? See, that's a jet. It's a car. Ooh, nice car. And a bike. Yay for bikes. Thanks for the story. Great Grand Theft Auto screenshots. Shallow Chibi. Square Enix aims to regain the trust of its fans. Final Fantasy 14. Because that Final Fantasy 14 kind of failed at the gate. And it's going to require a long-term effort. You got that right, sir. Made me pay all that money and then give me a half game. Not even a half game, a third of a game. But we talked about this Realm Reborn before. This is a quote saying, losing your fans' trust is a very easy thing to do. Regaining it is very hard. I agree with that completely. We believe this is a starting point. Blah, 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 blah. And I already said that I'm gonna re-up my subscription when this revamp of Final Fantasy 14 comes out. So they got to regain their trust and stuff. Yep, I agree. Thanks for that. And Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn at Gamescom. Concept art, gameplay, and screenshots. I can't show the videos if there are any. But here's some concept art stuff. I think I've seen most of these. Some of these look like some of the stuff that I've already seen. Maybe not this one. There's another battle screenshot. I really like the action bar. This is probably one of the most prettiest, beautifulest MMOs to date. I'm telling you, man. Really, really nice looking. Here's Chocobo. Fighting a Treant. Giant tree dude. Oh, man. Can't wait, really. I'm really anxious to see what they've done with the title. Thanks for that story. Shadow Chibi. And let's refresh. Oh, I guess what time it is, y'all. Gil, what Time of you. Please play. It's title time, but my music's being uncooperative. There we go. It's title time. Title time is when you guys come up with snazzy titles based on the stories that we talked about in the show. You guys take the titles that we talked about in the show, you create your own little witty title, making things that sound all funny and fuzzy. Things that make you go ha 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 in your internal belly. Let's go. 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 Let's read them. Online, offline, on live. Welcome back, Bwana edition. Diablo 3 gets some Paragon swag. ZombiU are going to die edition. ZombiU, now Super Zombie Mario. OnLive is now OnLive. Man vs. Q times. OnLive is on dead. Paragon, what about that renegade? Man up so you can unbankruptcy. Man vs. Machine and ZombiU. OnLive is stirring the hive. Giant dogs only in DayZ. TF2, Diablo 3, and PSV to try to go on undead. Blizzard says, come back, we have a Paragon system. ZombiU and DayZ, and Cherno! Shadaris plus Dark Souls equals ZombiU? Get them robots. ZombiU and Dark Souls, challenge accepted. DayZ and OnLive. Boston to Fallout 4 Walking Dead FPS. Pandas, Paragons, patches, oh my. Boston experiences the Fallout. Odd. COD never changes. Diablo 3 was already released. Diablo Paragon, not Mass Effect. The rumor is true. It's still a rumor. Boston never changes. Breaking news. Black Ops 2 looks different. The rumors are true. The rumors are true. It's a rumor. All right, let's pick some titles, y'all. Okay. Title 2. Okay. Here's number 3. Okay, guys, we're going to have 3 titles. I don't know if B. George is here. I can do it. 3 titles. We're going to vote by number once the poll starts. Poll, create 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to... Oh, now we got 2 polls. There we go. Vote. You guys know the routine. Type in the number of the title that you wish to see. Number 1, ZombiU are going to die edition. Number 2, Man vs. Q times. And number 3, Boston experiences the Fallout. You guys know what to do. Type the number only. Nothing after that number and be included in the vote. Let's go. Whoa, that landslide. Yep. I think everybody's already voted. All right, 10 more seconds. 10 more. Blurp. Full stop. And the winner is... You got it, 2 by a landslide. 22 votes. Congratulations to... Who was that? Man versus Q Times. Who did that? That was Shadow Chibi. Congratulations to Shadow Chibi. You are the winner of Game Chat with Bwana. Title time. But you don't win actual prizes here at Game Chat with Bwana because we're broke. We just bought a new PC, but we're broke at Game Chat with Bwana. But you have these things called bragging rights. And those bragging rights make you talk like this. And you go to your mom and you say, Mama, suddenly my voice is doing this. She says, son, what's wrong with you? Mom, I just won Game Chat with Bwana title time. And I'm going to go out in the street and talk to everybody like this. She goes, oh, well, son, you probably need to get a sweater. Make sure you put on a sweater. Make sure you put on a sweater. And you go, Mom, I got my sweater right here. It's them accolades that keep me warm. And she goes, Boy, you are so funny. I love you, son. I love you too, Mama. I'm Shadow Chibi and I've won Game Chat with Bwana title time. Congratulations, Shadow Chibi. You are the winner of the accolades because they are something fierce. Something serious. The title of the show for episode 66 will be Man versus Q Times. And that concludes episode 66 of Game Chat with Bwana. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. And I want to thank everybody for participating. We're here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern when our computers are not blown up. And I want you guys to check out our forums at Bwana.tv/forums. We talk about a lot of stuff over there. This is where our community communicates primarily. Live.Bwana.tv and twitch.tv/Bwana is where I do my live streaming. But I also have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/IOBuffa. IOBUFFA. Check it out. I got a lot of stuff over there. 900 some odd videos. Been doing this video thing for quite a while. Recently just been talking about a lot of game stuff though. Game Chat with Bwana. Check out our Reddit. We got a subreddit at reddit.com/RBwanaTV that nobody goes to. Maybe I should just stop talking like that. I'm on Google Plus at +Bwana McCall. Also, I'm on Twitter. Go to twitter.com/Bwana. I do a lot of tweets every now and then. Twitter.com/Bwana. That's where you can get the most up to date of when I'm streaming, when I'm not streaming, and all that stuff. You can follow me also at twitter.com/Bwana Live. All right, guys, that concludes the show for tonight. Episode 66 of Game Chat with Bwana. I want to thank everybody for coming by. And I want to thank all of our cakeys. Everybody who's donating $5 a month, they got a cake next to their name in chat. Show them love. Say you guys are awesome for giving Bwana your Game Chat with Bwana dollars and cents. And we just got some new subscriber faces that you guys can play with. Some more perks. I told you I'd be adding some more. We're going to get some more perks for you guys. Just to say thanks for contributing to Game Chat with Bwana and whatever I do. All right, guys, that concludes episode 66. And I will see you all next week. Take care. Have a great day. Cut.